Okay. So the problems, whatever I explain in the class, are very important in the let us say exam point of view as well as in the gate point of view also. That is why I encourage you, all of you, if you guys don't get the problem or you're not unable to understand the problem, please ask me again and again. Okay. So these are very easy problems compared to the problems like in SM or the problems in SA. The problems in transportation engineering is very easy. So please learn right now and focus much more on the problem point of view. So before we're doing all the problems, I am giving the derivations for each and every formula also. So I request you to remember the formula, write the formulas in your book. Don't lie on your beds. Don't do some other work and just look the video like as if you are looking a YouTube video. Okay, because after the class you don't have the video, right? So that is why I want to say, please take a paper, please take a pen, and whatever the formulas I'm writing, please copy down. Of course, I'll be giving you the lecture notes also. But before that, it is your responsibility to involve with me and practice the problems along with me so that it will be in an effective manner. Now, getting back to the class, getting back to our session, today we are going to discuss about the stopping side distance, problems. Yeah. What is this, guys? This is a stopping side distance. So what does this again means? This is the last time I'm giving you the brief introduction about that. So when a vehicle is traveling on its path, so the distance required for the vehicle to stop the vehicle, okay, to stop the vehicle, the distance the vehicle is traveling to stop the vehicle is called stopping side distance. So this distance will be included into two parts. One is, what is that, guys? The first distance is called what is that?
Sir, that is
The first distance is called the lag distance, and the second distance is called the
brake distance.
Very good. Brake distance or braking distance. So for lag distance, I have given the formula as please write it down. Lag distance is given as the speed of the vehicle, that is V into its reaction time, and the braking distance. The braking distance is given as V square by 2G M. So when adding this both the things, what do we get? It's a Vt plus a V square by 2G M. Okay. So this is the utmost important formulas we need to remember. Now I'll show you the screen. Please read the question and note down the data whatever we extract from the question, and we shall solve the problems likewise. Okay. Now, and please take calculus also. If not calculus, at least calculate in the phones. Okay. Yeah. Are you able to see the problems, guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So today we are going to solve the problems. That is the second problem. Just read in your mind, and I shall explain it to you in a stepwise manner. So can anyone read it for me aloud? Who is going to read? Who is going to read, guys?
Sir.
Okay, now let us start with Kishore today. Tomorrow Suraj will read. Day after tomorrow Manish will read, and day after tomorrow after that Prabhat will read. So today is Kishore's turn. Can you please read the question for us, Kishore? Read the second question.
Second question, sir.
Yeah.
Calculate stop side distance for Speed V is equal to 50 kmph
Very
per
good. What is he asking us to
option A.
calculate? He's asking us to calculate the stopping side distance. And the second
Yes,
most
sir.
part is asking, he has given the data. What is that?
A.
V
Two-way
equal to
traffic
50.
V is equal.
Okay. And what is asking?
Sir. A. Two-way traffic in two-lane road,
Okay.
sir.
One is two-way.
Traffic in two-lane road. B. Two-way traffic in single-lane road, sir.
And B, two-way traffic.
Two-way traffic. Two-way traffic in single-lane road.
Single lane. Okay.
Use
He has also given us the data. What is that?
use friction F is equal 0.37.
Very good.
Reaction time of the driver.
Okay. Is a 2.5 seconds.
Time T is equal 2.5 seconds.
Very good. Now, let us go to the video back. This is the data. Now he is asking us to calculate the stopping side distance. So what is the formula for stopping side distance is, that is Vt plus V square by 2gf. So he has given the speed, right? Yeah. So in order to substitute the kmph, but here we have the time in seconds, yes or no? And here we have gravity also in meter per second square, yes or no? So we'll convert the speed into meter per second. So in yesterday's class, I have taught you how to change kmph to meter per second. So what is that? We need to multiply that value into 0.278 so that we get it in terms of meter per second. Now, so when we want to convert that 50 kmph into meter per second, we'll do it as a 50 into 0.278. That becomes, anyone with calculus?
13.9, sir.
Very good. Thirteen point
9, sir.
9 meters per second. Okay. Now, substituting those values, guys, this is all about for your understanding. This is all, you don't have to write all these things in the examination. Okay. So what you need to do, you have to substitute, you have to write the problem and then substitute all these values in the equation. So what is a V? That is 13.9 into T is a 2.5 plus V square. That is 13.9 square. 2 into G is a 9.81 into, what is the coefficient of friction? 0.37. So please substitute the values.
61.36, sir.
Whether Suraj is in the class? Yes, Suraj is in the class. Suraj, can you calculate this value for me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, please.
Wait, sir.
At 13.9 square by 2 into 9.81 into 0.37. Please calculate this for us. Today your board is looking very neat. I mean, neat in the sense very bright, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Because I have closed all the windows and increased the lighting also. So I believe it's very clear enough. Yeah. Anyone guess?
$26.6, sir.
Very good. So simply saying that braking distance is what is that? 20. Come on, once again, 20.
$26.6, sir.
Okay, 26.6 meters. So braking distance is 26.6, sir. The lag distance will be the lag distance will be 34.76 meters. So what is this meaning means? So we need to understand. So when the vehicle is going like this, okay, when the vehicle is going on a path, okay, when a vehicle is going on a path, so whenever he sees an object in the middle bike, okay, you just assume that it is a kind of angle. So when he sees that, so first he will think for a while, okay, first he will think for a while. Here he will see that, okay, guys, you're able to understand this is a symbol of an eye, okay. So at this point he will see and the travel. Here he will apply the brakes. Okay, this is a symbolic representation of a brake which I have invented. So here he will apply the brake and then he will stop here. So before applying the brakes, he will travel a distance of what is this? 34 meters. That means lag. That means he is delaying. So the delayed distance to put the brake is 34 meters. So after putting the brake, it will take around what is this? As the Suraj told, it is a 26.6 meters. It will travel and it will stop here, and it will not collide the object. You're able to understand? So before applying the brakes, the distance traveled is a lag distance, that is 34.76, and after applying the brakes, the vehicle will travel some more distance, that is 26.6 meters. That will avoid the hitting, or that will avoid the accident of another, let's say, the object. So the total distance we have added, and we are proposing that a driver needs, what is this, 61 meters to stop the vehicle when yes, when a sudden vehicle comes into picture. You're able to understand?
Sir.
Okay. So our SSD, that is a stopping side distance, is given as what is this? 61.36. I'm very happy that you have all calculated. But he has asked us to calculate. He has asked us to calculate this stopping side distance for two conditions. Yes or no? For conditions like two-way traffic in two lane and single lane traffic in two-way. Now, we have to calculate the stopping side distance for condition A. What is the condition A is saying? It is a two lane. It's a two lane and two-way traffic. Okay. So
Yes, sir.
what we'll do is this lane is separate. This lane is separate. That means when there are two lanes, guys, you need to remember there are two lanes, and when there is a two-way, SSD is enough. You're able to understand? SSD is enough. So in this condition, when there are two lanes and two-way traffic, what we'll do is we'll provide this as 61.3. But whereas in the condition B, he's saying it's only a single lane. Okay, he's saying only a single lane, and there are, what is this, two-way traffic in a single lane. So which is riskier, guys? This is riskier or this is riskier? In which case more risk will happen to prone to
B, sir.
accidents?
But
Is
B,
it?
sir.
Yeah, B.
Yes, sir.
So this in this situation here, both lanes are having their lane disciplines. This guy can drive here and this guy can drive here. But in this, do they have separate lanes? All right, they don't have
No,
lane
sir.
disciplines. So here, what happens is they will be subjected to more accidents. That is why we have to provide them not only SSD, but we have to provide them extra SSD also. Okay. So these guys need minimum of 2 SSDs. Okay. These guys need minimum of 2 SSDs to bring the vehicle into control. In which condition? When it is a single lane, when it is a two-way traffic. So what does this 2 SSD means? That is 2 into 61.36. What is this?
$122.72.
Very good. It's 122.72 and we can just round it off as 123 meters. You're able to understand? Here, a guy needs only 60 meters to stop the vehicle. But here, a driver needs minimum of 120 meters to stop the vehicle because otherwise other vehicle will come into the picture, right? So that is why to avoid head-on-head collision or to avoid accidents, a person should have minimum of what is this? 2 times of SSD. For again, if you want to talk only a single lane one-way traffic, what is that? So what? How much do we need to stop the vehicle? Anyone?
What's up? Again, explain something.
If there is only a single lane and there is only one-way traffic, how much SSD does he need?
1.37.
One SSD is enough, right?
Yes, sir.
That is what I mean to say. Here, one SSD to this person also one SSD is enough. But here it is only a single lane. This is a single lane. Therefore, they need 2 times of SSD. So this is one of the important things we need to remember while calculating the problems and the conditions they are going to ask you. Okay. So now we are going to discuss about another new topic, guys. Don't feel shocked. This is an extension to this stopping side distances.
Wait, sir.
What happened?
I want right, sir. SSD plus SSD.
What is that, Suraj?
Nothing, sir.
No, that's okay. You can ask me, please.
I want right, sir, in copy.
Guys, how many of you have heard about gradient?
What, sir?
How many of you have heard about gradient?
Yes, sir.
G-R-A-D-I-E-N. How many of you heard about gradient?
Sir.
What is a gradient? What is a gradient?
I had, sir, but not.
Okay, no issues. Okay, guys, listen very carefully. Gradient is a change. What is this? It's a change.
Slope, sir.
Very good. Very good. This is also called slope. And if you have heard about Newton's law of viscosity, have you heard?
Sir.
Newton's law of viscosity. Guys, please make a call. The call is being recorded. So have you heard about this term du by dy?
Yes, sir.
Yes or no? You guys
Yes,
have
sir.
heard about the what is this? Newton's law of viscosity, and this is called du by dy. Can anyone tell me the what exactly this term is called? Anyone?
Change in
What
velocity.
Yes, sir.
Very good. Another name. Another name.
Change in distance.
That is the exact definition. But what is this word called? Anyone?
Time, sir.
No. This is called velocity gradient. Yes or no?
Great.
I think you forgot this. This is also called the let us say angular shear, also angular deformation. That's okay, but this is called velocity gradient. What this velocity gradient means, with respect to the length, the value is changing. So that is the concept of gradient. That's okay. Because you have heard about that, I'm recalling that. That's okay. Say for example, this is a flat road, right? This is a flat road. Okay, this is called flat road, plain road or somewise. Assume, okay, assume if the vehicle is if the road is slanting slightly like this, I think that's the same. Are you able to understand? So this here is bit slopy in direction. Yes or no? Okay. That means with respect to the length, okay, with respect to the length, is the slope changing here? That means whether the profile is changing, the vertical profile is changing or not.
Sir.
That is what we meant to say. The change in slope with respect to the length is called the gradient. Okay. Sometimes the vehicle can, we have the gradients like downwards, and similarly for the vehicles like this. So they are climbing up a hill, right? So these two types are called, this is called descending gradient. What is this called?
Descending.
Descending. That means it is a declining downwards. And this is called
Decrease.
ascending.
Sending.
Okay, one is called the descending gradient and the otherwise is called the ascending gradient. Simply saying this is down gradient and this is up gradient, because the gradient is climbing up. Here the gradient is down. So what we mean to say, simply gradient means the rise or fall. That means let us assume this is fall, right? This is fall, na? The fall with respect to the length is called the gradient, or the rise. The rise with respect to the the rise with respect to the length is called the gradient. So how this gradient is measured is, as we need to remember, this is sometimes called 1 in n. What is this? 1 in n. Sometimes it is also called as 1 by n also. Okay. Sometimes it is called 1:n also. Okay. So these are all types of the representations, how they represent, or representations how they measure the, what is this? Gradient. That means, guys, this is one of the most important topics. Please try to remember this. All things you need to learn in the second year of the surveying only. But that's okay. I'm telling you as a part of my responsibility. Now, if a node is like this, okay. Yes, if a node is like this, say for example, this is something like 1:2. Okay. Yes, let us assume this is something like 1:2. What is 1:2 means? You need to remember. This is horizontal. Okay, guys, this is horizontal and this is the vertical. That means for two horizontals, how many vertical is there? One vertical is there.
One sir.
What I mean to say is, if this is 2 meters, the vertical will be 1 meter. You got this? And what is meant by 1:3? Tell me guys. For 3 horizontals, there is only 1 vertical. This is 3 and this is 1. Say for example, I want to say 1:30. What does that mean?
One vertical, 30 horizontal.
Yeah, for 30 horizontals, there is only 1 vertical. So this will be the slope. So this 1:30 is provided for the cross slopes of the road. You got it? So for a road cross slope, what will provide is
फोन म्यूट करो फोन
sorry.
सर टेल हिम टू म्यूट द फोन
Who is that? I'll mute. No issues. Okay. So this is the
नाउ ओके सर कंटिन्यू
yeah. Now this will be the exact cross section of the road. For example, if a road is like this, okay. If a road is like this, the cross slope provided. That means the cross slope provided is this is 1:30. This is usually the cross slope provided for a road. So the vehicles will be going like this. Okay. So not this much. The vehicles will be very big enough compared to the width of the road. If this is the width, so vehicle will be here, a vehicle will be here, and this is one vehicle, and similarly, this much. Similarly, the vehicles will be traveling like this. So you are able to understand. So the height of the vehicle, see how much it is bigger compared to the road width. Okay, so please or this is the lights. This is the vehicle, and sometimes there will be small deck also. I hope you understood the exact figure of what I am showing. So this is the vehicle. So what that 1:30 or 1:33 means? What is this? For 33 horizontals. Okay, for 33 horizontals, there should be 1 vertical. Similarly, for here also, for 33 horizontals, there should be only 1 vertical. So guys, let us assume this is a 2, how much time is that? 4 minutes is there. Guys, let us assume oh no. Yeah. Let us assume this is a vehicle and the other vehicle. Guys, if these are 2 lanes, okay, if these are 2 lanes, what shall be the width of the road? Anyone? For a 2-lane road, what will be its width? For a 2-lane road, what will be its width? Suraj, you told me in the last some of the classes, right? What is for a two-lane highway? What is its width?
7.5.
Very good. Okay. So the total width is 7.5 meters, right? For a total
lane.
highway, the total width is 7.5. So for 7.5 mean, how much days should we give here? For 1 in 30 means, I will show you. 1 in 30 means, okay. So for one vertical, how we should give means, this is the way. 1 in 30 into, what is this? 7.5 meters, na? Okay. Can anyone tell me what is its value?
Yes, sir.
7.5 divided by 30.
0.25, sir. 0.25.
Yeah. 1 minute. This is 3.75, right? This is 3.75. And this is 3.75. So for one width, okay. For one single width, okay. For one single width, let us assume this is 3.75. Okay. So what is 3.75 when taken a slope of 1 in 30? What is that?
0.21.
0.125 meters, na? Okay.
Sir.
So that will be 12.5 centimeters. Yes or no? 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeters. So 2 digits gone. So it is nothing but 12.5 centimeters. That means you need to remember. So keeping these diagrams apart. Keeping this diagram apart. So let us assume if a road is totally of this is 3.75 and this is 3.75. Okay. So what is its total raise here? Yes, this is 375 centimeters and this is 375 centimeters. So what is 1 in 30 of 375 centimeters? You have told me 12.5 centimeters. You calculated right now. So only 12.5 will be the raise. Are you able to understand? 12.5 is also very slight here. 375 by 12th part. So just join this. Not even we'll get like this. It's a very minute. Okay. So this will be the cross section of the road. Okay. And the vehicles will be going in this direction. Okay. So let us assume like this.